Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast. Welcome to episode of week number 187 of Nerdic Pro Weekly. I do again apologise for the very late podcast this week and what have you, as it's been 8 days since last week's episode. But yeah, I do apologise for that. It's going to be a bit of a shorter one again this week, probably 10-15 minutes tops, probably going on 20 minutes, depending on how long I review each match for and how long I waffle on and what have you. So, so today I will be speaking about the Certified Pro Wrestling show that took place literally a matter of hours ago, which obviously I was refereeing on here at the Institute in Braintree. I refereed 8 of the 10 matches that was on the card today. So yeah, I refereed all the the adult matches, whereas a good friend of mine, head coach of the CPW Academy in Halestead, here in Essex, the world's okayest wrestler, Mr. Ali OK, ref the 2 junior tag matches. I think they were tag matches, or one was something like that. And so the first match of the evening was a. So I'm trying to think. So the first match was a tag team championship sort of qualifying match, like a tournament match between Meech and Isaiah Jackson, taking on the combination of El Oxido and Ray Chango. So yeah, honestly, great sort of back and forth. Actually, like, you had some confrontation between Meat and Isaiah, like tagging each other in, like without the other one's consent, yada yada yada. And then Meat had lost his rag with Isaiah, grabs Isaiah, puts him up on his shoulders, and then F5s him, which then sends Ray Chango up to the top rope, does a 450 splash onto Isaiah Jackson. I then get down for the count. 1, 2, 3, and then Enoxido and Ray Chango proceeded on in the tag team title tournament. So the match number 2 and match number 3 were the junior division matches, refed by head coach Mr. Ali OK. And then match number 4 was I believe it was the second tag match of the evening, between Waste Management and Iron Aiden and his mystery tag team partner, which just so happened to be badminton sensation Bad Man Tom. Again, great back and forth action. Waste Management picked up the victory with 2 trash compactor moves, and they went on to win via pinfall on Bad Man Tom. And so we shall now be seeing the Lucha Boys, I think they're known as, of Ray Chango and El Oxido versus Waste Management for the CPW tag team titles. Match number 5 was for the Championship Extreme Wrestling CXW heavyweight title of the world between JJ Gold and Leonardo Darwin. However, this match started off with a little mini promo from very well-known British actor, as seen in Bad Education with Jack Whitehall, and as seen in Afterlife with Ricky Gervais, both available on Netflix. Afterlife was the top program on Netflix for 7 weeks straight. On today's top picks for 7 straight weeks. So yeah, he played a main character in both programs, as well as a few other bits and pieces as well. But those 2 are what he's most known for. Saying that he's there for CPW and what have you, and CXW are just here to invade, rah rah rah. And then J&J came out as the winner of the match, got Ethan Lawrence's services. Match finished with a so as the referee, honestly, I don't know what the bloody hell happened. I really don't. So Leonardo Darwin picked up JJ Gold and to go into put him on his shoulders. And next thing you know, I then get knocked down, and I honestly don't know what happened until Hollywood Ethan Lawrence come to sort of like get me. I was down on the floor. I was in pain. I had fans telling me that whilst I was down, bloody Leonardo Darwin was tapping, and he could have won, and he got pinned 3 different times. And what I honestly don't know what on earth happened. I was down. I was hurt. I was in pain. But yeah, we then went on. So yeah, Leonardo Darwin ended up picking up the victory in that, and and won the services of Ethan Lawrence. We then went into an interval. The next match, I believe, was a 3-on-1 handicap match between Sean Carrow, the Reverend, a group known as the Reverend Sean Carrow, Jazz the Ripper, and I'm going to get shocked because I can't remember the third bloke's name, not the third person's name. But against a bloke who's been around the block a few times, Damien, the goth daddy, David, what the fuck is that? That's Damien. So Damien ended up picking up the victory. And then next thing you know, Jazz ended up biting him on the shoulder or something, and then ended up bringing Damien into the Reverend. The next match, I believe, was for the Essex Championship between Jack Phillips and the submission politician Geordie Walker. This match was probably the most straightforward match on planet Earth. So the match started out where Jack literally went in, kicked Geordie, and then slammed him, and then he got knocked out. Geordie got knocked out. I then went in for a pin. He wins, and then Jack gets crowned still your Essex champion. And then I went in for a pin again because Jack wanted to go in for a pin again, and I counted to 10. So So anyway, so Jack Phillips is still your CPW Essex champion. The next match was for the CPW Cardcore Championship under Cardcore rules. So no disqualification, but all the weapons have to be made by cardboard. So finish was there was a table made out of cardboard, really fucking good looking thing as well, to be fair, but between Alexander the Great and Bobby the Brawler, and they were in the corner. Bobby the Brawler starts twatting, gets up onto the middle rope, starts giving Alexander the Great all these blows and what have you, and and then Alexander the Great then power bombs Bobby the Brawler through said cardboard table. I then get down for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Alexander the Great is still your CPW Cardcore champion. The main event was a long anticipated match between Big Rig and Alf Everest for the CPW Championship. And so Big Rig's music started playing. Well, so Big Rig's attacker these past sort of few weeks was figured out to be Alf Everest. Big Rig was attacked beforehand during the show by Alf Everest, and so Big Rig's music hit. No sign of Big Rig. Next thing you know, Alf Everest then comes out and then insisted that I then start the match and start counting. I get up to, I think it was 4, and Big Rig comes out you know, come straight into the ring. Crowd are going wild. We love Big Rig. We love Big Rig. And all that. And so that happened. And yeah, so again, matches started properly, officially, and it was also like Alf Everest to begin with, and then Rig then gets the upper hand, you know, goes in, forearm, you know, chop, rah, 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 you know, and and then Big Rig manages to get so Alf rolls out of the ring, gets his kendo stick, and goes to twat Rig, but he moves out the way, and then his kendo stick bounced off the top rope to then twat Alf Everest back in the forehead, and then he goes down. Rig then goes in for the Rig roll, which is basically where he jumps on their legs. Because Big Rig, he weighs over 500 pounds. Like, he's a pretty big fella, right? So he jumps on the legs, like on his front, and then rolls upwards towards their upper body sort of area. He did that 3 or 4 times, and and he then finishes off I think he finishes off with a splash, and next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, Big Rig is then crowned your new certified pro wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, and the crowd went absolutely wild. You know, you'd never heard a fucking bigger pop than that. You know, it was loud as anything. You know, the crowd were in it. You know, and and then after the match, Big Rig gets on the microphone and then goes, "Look, I entered this business to be a sportsman, and I've got to show Alf Everett, after all the shit he's put me through these past few weeks, I'm going to bend over and shake his hand." As Alf was laying in the corner at that point. Next thing you know, Alf shoves his hand out the way and leaves the building. And next thing you know, legendary British tag team wrestler, the largest wrestler in all of Europe, the bulk of the UK Pitbulls, comes out. And in September, we will be seeing the Big Rig versus the bulk in certified professional wrestling. There were just shy of 200 people, 200 fans there in attendance. It was an absolutely spectacular night of British wrestling. Absolutely superb afternoon. Very fucking hot, mind you. But honestly, it was worth it. I refereed 8 out of 10 matches, and honestly, I was very sweaty and very hot afterwards. But honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. As honestly, I love this business. I honestly cannot recommend the CP Dub Hub in Halestead, so the Certified Pro Wrestling Training Academy in Halestead, which is the training academy for Championship Extreme Wrestling, based in Braintree in Essex. I cannot recommend those guys enough. Ali OK and Adam Parrish do a fucking spectacular job there. They really do. And I cannot praise them enough, as today, I think, just proved it all. I really do. Oh no, you also had a match. I did forget. Sorry. On top of that, between the bad boy Joey Naylor and Mordecai Shaw. Joey Naylor being in the ring with Samuel Bloody Wakefield, and there was a double count out, and Samuel Bloody Wakefield comes into the ring, starts giving me grief. I then shove him out the ring. Crowd go bloody wild. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Right, and so I ended up getting over with the crowd because I shoved Samuel Bloody Wakefield. Right, 4 years I've been waiting to do that. 4 sodding years I've been waiting to get my hands on Samuel Bloody Wakefield. And honestly, great night of action, great show, great crowd as per usual in Braintree. And so honestly, go check out Championship Extreme Wrestling on all social media platforms. Go check out Certified Pro Wrestling again on all social media platforms. and you'll not be disappointed. So yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast, my name is, as usual, Bin Bobby effing Salastar. Thank you all very much for watching this podcast, for listening to it, and I shall be seeing you all later. Goodbye.